Her team caught wind of this, I believe, maybe saw me recording her on the security camera, did not like this, thought maybe I recorded something they didn't want out there, didn't want me to see, whatever. And next morning, we kind of were being followed by her security guard a little bit. On the way out, checking out of the hotel, Blake Lively herself comes out, starts recording us, says hi to get us to look up at her, circles our car, gets the car information, license plates, all that.
Yeah. Is she like Lively? Don't look up.
Blake Lively has long been known for her effortlessly cool person as the kind of woman who's above the drama, a mother of 4 who somehow manages to stay in the public eye without courting controversy. But recently, everything changed. What seemed like a harmless hotel video has sparked a media storm, igniting a fire that could unravel her carefully curated image. Some are even drawing comparisons to Amber Heard, especially with a $400 million lawsuit looming over it. Ends with Us director Justin Baldoni. This viral moment has the potential to be Blake's biggest career misstep. Could this be the beginning of the end for Blake Lively's reign?
It started the next day. Her lawyer, her social media person, her nanny were looking at my stories. They ended up making troll accounts, and someone called me.
Before we dive into the details of Blake Lively's shocking hotel incident, let's rewind to the events that led up to this moment. Trust me, the behind-the-scenes story is even more unbelievable than you'd think. It all began innocently enough. Blake was in Texas for the South by Southwest Festival, where she was there to promote her upcoming movie. Another simple favor. After a long day of interviews and events, Blake chose to unwind at Hotel 1928, a luxurious boutique hotel in Waco, Texas, owned by none other than Chip and Joanna Gaines, the stars of HGTV's Fixer Upper. Known for its quiet elegance, the hotel is the kind of place where celebrities can kick back and avoid the public eye for a while. Unfortunately for Blake, that night, escaping the spotlight wasn't in the cards.
So bizarre. I mean, I can't think of a scenario why Blake Lively herself would try to get their information. Only maybe is if she's wondering if they're working with a paparazzi, or maybe Blake Lively's so paranoid to think that she's being followed by Secret Service, followed by like a private investigator. I truly don't know.
At the same time, a TikToker by the name of Caitlin Marie Cooper was staying at the hotel. Caitlin, an up-and-coming social media influencer with a growing following, had no idea that she was about to be thrust into the heart of a celebrity firestorm. On a whim, she pulled out her phone and filmed Blake Lively walking through the hotel lobby. It was a quick, harmless video, which Caitlin uploaded to her TikTok with a simple caption: "Spotted Blake Lively at my hotel in Texas." Totally fangirling in the video, Blake is seen dressed casually chatting on her phone, seemingly unaware that she was being filmed. But what happened next would send shockwaves through social media. According to Caitlin, Blake's reaction to being recorded was anything but normal.
Something has happened big, and now I realize that I am being silenced on social media officially.
Instead of ignoring the video or laughing it off like most celebrities might, Blake Lively went into full undercover mode. According to Caitlin, Blake reportedly bought a hat from the hotel gift shop to disguise herself, then started acting like she was on the run. But that wasn't the strangest part. The next morning, Caitlin claims that Blake's security team followed her and her mother as they left the hotel. The situation took an even weirder turn when Blake herself emerged, phone in hand, recording Caitlin and her mother as they got into their car. To make matters even more bizarre, Blake zoomed in on their license plate, documenting every moment in what seemed like a paranoid overreaction. As soon as Caitlin shared the story online, it quickly blew up, sparking a whirlwind of reactions across social media.
I don't think this looks good for her. Like, I know she thinks that, like, yeah, she brought in the big guns, but now that, like, he's been exposed, we now see the Achilles heel here. We see that he is this guy that's tied to all these different controversies and cover-ups. That, to me, that doesn't help her case, because it just makes it look like she has something guilty when his past is covering up crimes for Airbnb.
Zach, Peter, and Andy from Popcorn Planet even called this out.
Social media exploded in a frenzy, with both fans and critics weighing in on the bizarre situation. The general consensus was clear: Blake Lively's reaction was, to put it mildly, strange. How could a celebrity known for being so down to earth and composed suddenly shift into what many were calling a paranoid stalker. The comparisons to Amber Heard came swiftly. It didn't take long for people to start drawing parallels between Blake's aggressive behavior in this incident and the public perception of Amber Heard during her defamation trial with Johnny Depp. The situation left many wondering, was Blake's laid-back cool girl persona just an act? And could there be a darker side lurking beneath the surface? Some of Blake's most devoted fans quickly rushed to her defense, arguing that Caitlyn the TikToker was invading Blake's privacy by filming her without permission. But even those defenders couldn't fully ignore how out of character Blake's response seemed. It was clear that something wasn't quite right, and the questions only grew louder.
Her attorneys gave in court, being like, oh, well, she needs this because of, her medical records and because of her security. And so the judge is like, okay, fine, you get it for your medical records and you get it.
Most celebrities deal with being filmed by fans every day, so what made Blake Lively snap this time? It didn't take long for the narrative to shift from defending Blake to outright criticism. Social media users quickly pointed out that Blake's behavior was eerily similar to Amber Heard's during her legal battles. Was this hotel video a sign that Blake Lively too was unraveling? As if Blake's reaction to the video wasn't odd enough, things took an even darker turn when Caitlyn Cooper claimed that Blake's PR team began harassing her online. Caitlyn reported that not long after posting the video, she started receiving strange DMs and hateful comments from accounts that seemed to be connected to Blake's publicist. According to Caitlyn, these accounts weren't just random trolls, they seemed coordinated, as though someone had instructed them to target her. Some commenters mocked Caitlyn's personal life, while others accused her of trying to gain attention by filming Blake in the first place. But what truly caught Caitlyn off guard was the fact that Blake Lively's lawyer and PR team were allegedly watching her Instagram stories. Imagine that Blake Lively's high-powered legal team keeping tabs on a TikToker all because of a simple video taken at a hotel.
She's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud. When you pretend you want to do the one thing and you'll do the thing they're hiring you for, but all along you have secret plans to do something very, very different that's above your pay grade. And she finally bumped into someone who was weak enough and not famous enough to stop her.
It raises a major question. Why was Blake's team so invested in controlling the narrative? Were they trying to silence Caitlyn and anyone else who dared speak out about Blake's behavior? The allegations of online bullying and harassment only added fuel to the fire. Suddenly, Blake's actions weren't just about one bad moment, they were seen as part of a bigger, more concerning pattern. And that's when things really started to spiral. If you thought things couldn't get any more suspicious, wait until you hear this. Blake Lively has reportedly hired a former CIA officer to manage her PR crisis. That's right, a former CIA operative named Nick Shapiro, known for his work in crisis management and cover-ups, is now reportedly handling Blake's image. Nick Shapiro isn't just any publicist, is a specialist in keeping high-profile clients out of the headlines when they get into trouble. His reputation for managing sensitive situations raised more than a few eyebrows, leading some to wonder just how deep this PR nightmare was running. Was Blake's team going to extreme lengths to protect her public image?
Why? No reason. He just thought it was suspicious that I had one and that this guy who created it, he was wondering who he was.
Shapiro's clientele includes everyone from politicians to Hollywood A-listers, and his job is simple: make problems disappear. But here's the kicker: Shapiro's methods often involve paying off victims or using his vast connections to manipulate the media. So why would Blake Lively need someone like him on her team? What exactly is she trying to hide? Rumors quickly began swirling that Blake might have more skeletons in her closet than anyone realized. Was the hotel video just the tip of the iceberg? What other damaging secrets was Blake's crisis management team trying to cover up? The public's imagination ran wild, speculating that there could be much more to Blake's story than we've seen so far. But things didn't stop there. Creators and influencers started reporting that their online presence was being altered to make them look bad. More people came forward with similar stories of being harassed or bullied by Blake's PR team. It became clear that this wasn't an isolated incident. One creator claimed that her Wikipedia page had been mysteriously edited to include negative information about her right after she posted a video critical of Blake. Another influencer shared that anonymous accounts were spreading rumors about her personal life online. Of this began after she called out Blake's behavior in a social media post. As the number of reports grew, it seemed like Blake's PR team was going to extreme lengths to silence critics.
Glamour magazine published this horrible article about digital content creators that they named Mommy Sleuth as being part of this hate machine that's against Blake Lively. And my content, by the way, was not listed in there, but I did notice that some of the content creators covering the story that I have actually had conversations with and have contact with on Instagram and have spoken to were referenced in this article, and I found it pretty offensive.
These new allegations have led to a major question. Is Blake Lively's team running a coordinated smear campaign against anyone who dares to speak out about her? And if so, how far are they willing to go to protect Blake's image? This kind of behind-the-scenes manipulation only served to make Blake look worse in the eyes of the public. Instead of appearing like a victim of unwanted attention, she started to look like someone with a lot to hide. And the more her PR team tried to control the narrative, the more it backfired. Now, let's get into how this hotel incident could completely derail Blake Lively's $400 million lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. Blake is currently suing Baldoni, accusing him of sabotage and mistreatment on the set of It Ends With Us, a movie adaptation of the best-selling novel by Colleen Hoover. In the lawsuit, Blake claims that Baldoni made her life unbearable on set, leading to delays and tension between the cast and crew. But now, with the viral hotel video painting Blake as the aggressor, people are starting to question whether she's really the victim in this situation. The public now perceives Blake as paranoid and controlling, which could severely damage her credibility in the lawsuit. If she's willing to follow and record a random TikToker at a hotel, what does that say about her behavior on set? Justin Baldoni's legal team could use this viral video as evidence to discredit Blake's claims, arguing that her actions show a pattern of irrational and aggressive behavior. This could not only cost Blake the lawsuit, but her entire career. So what does all of this mean for Blake Lively? Could this hotel video be the moment that shatters her carefully constructed public image? For years, she's maintained a reputation as one of Hollywood's most relatable drama-free stars. But now, with allegations of online harassment, PR cover-ups, and smear campaigns, that image is rapidly crumbling. Comparisons to Amber Heard may be harsh, but they're not going away. Fans are beginning to question whether Blake has been hiding her true personality all along, and if this hotel incident is just the beginning of her downfall.
Well, first of all, remember this PR team was the same PR team that Depp got back in the Amber Heard and Depp case. Now, most PR firms, you assume, are supposed to promote their clients.
As Blake Lively's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni continues to unfold, her behavior is under more scrutiny than ever before. The recent hotel video has thrust her into the spotlight in a way that could completely derail her career. Could this video be the smoking gun that unravels everything she's worked for? Or will Blake find a way to recover and restore the public's trust? With allegations of online harassment, PR cover-ups, and questionable behavior, the question of whether Blake's cool girl persona was a facade is on everyone's mind. The video has already sparked comparisons to Amber Heard, and the more the public sees, the more they wonder if this is just the beginning of a larger pattern of troubling behavior. If Blake's PR team was willing to go to such lengths to control the narrative and silence critics, what other secrets could be lurking behind the scenes? Blake has maintained an image of being Hollywood's relatable drama-free star for years. But now that image is rapidly deteriorating as the lawsuit continues, the pressure will only intensify. Whether she can weather this storm and regain her reputation is anyone's guess. But one thing is certain, this scandal isn't going away anytime soon. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Has Blake Lively gone too far, or is she just the victim of a bad situation? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.